Hello, everybody. Well, a few of us here. My name is not Adrian. Looks like we've had some wonkiness with Zoom here. We're going to go ahead and start in just a few minutes, probably about 5 minutes, to make sure everybody can join this agenda-packed meeting.
Pon la dirección de la casa porque estoy poniendo el video del meeting de TaskEasy.
What?
Pon la dirección de la casa en tu teléfono.
Well, we're starting to see some more people joining. We're going to go ahead and get things kicked off in just a few moments here. So just hang tight.
Okay, voy bien aquí.
This is the road on the Y.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get things started here. Again, my name is Matt Kaiser. I'm the Vice President of Market Operations here at TaskEasy, and I appreciate you guys taking your time out of your busy day to go ahead and join us for this week's National Contractor Call. So we do have quite a bit to discuss today from an agenda standpoint. We're going to continue to chat through seasonality updates, and I know that we're seeing a lot of new faces to these meetings. I want to make sure that we're keeping you all updated and apprised as to changes that are going to be taking place in terms of frequencies, so that we're putting our best foot forward and you guys are making the most of our partnerships and walk in lockstep together as we get ready for what's to be a busy season. So it's good news for all of us. I do want to touch base kind of mid-season on a snow recap, some findings, and just some pieces just to make sure that we're aligned on and reinforcing as we are tackling some of these late season storms that are about to start hitting us. Want to chat through some really cool payment options that we've been kind of discussing, and there should be emails coming out as well, just what to expect in terms of payments and what we're trying to do to get cash in your hand just that much faster, as well as in-market visits. And I appreciate everybody in Phoenix who's jumped on the call today. I know that we're in market with some of my team and meeting with a lot of you in conferences today, and definitely excited about a busy season here. But want to chat about, next markets we'll be joining as a plug to make sure that we're syncing up. And then I want to also discuss again daily incomplete job survey and why that information is so valuable to us and to you. And then chat with a potential partner or a partner that we have with Fuel Cred and some services and perks that you guys can all enjoy in leveraging some of their services. So go ahead and get things started. As discussed, I want to touch base with seasonality updates. So zones A and B are off season. We're still doing snow, obviously. We might get some light ancillary work that comes through from time to time. So it's very important just to make sure that you're letting us know in the surveys that we're sending or calling and discussing with your market managers as we're scheduling those calls actually, what services you're able to provide to make sure that we are locked in terms of inventory as to who can service what type of tasks. Zone C is currently off. We're still doing snow obviously there as well, but we're getting ready to go bi-weekly in just a little bit over a month. This is definitely a huge zone. We're making phone calls to each one of you in terms of just kind of season expectations and just making sure we're aligned in terms of jobs and capabilities and capacity. But we're going to go ahead and kick off bi-weekly March 20th. So obviously keep an eye on emails and communications to come. And then zone E and D, I'm getting really excited about. We're turning bi-weekly in just a few weeks here, February 20th. So we're going to get right into the thick of it again. And I know that you guys are chomping at the bit as much as we are. Zone F will go weekly March 6th. So that's in the not too distant future. Just, the big piece here is just let us know, communicate. We're definitely going to do our part to reach out to you, touch base with you guys, with our market managers and communications and surveys. But if anything changes, you can just reach right out to us. Just as discussed, mid-season snow recap. So I wanted just to kind of chat specifically about this last storm. It was quite a doozy, hit a lot of markets, but there's some stuff that popped up that's just quite frankly unacceptable. And it really puts us in a rough position with our customers to try and discuss things like we're seeing in this picture on the right, where it's clear that photos have been falsified. And so when we see these things and we hear about it, from our customers, obviously we're going to go ahead and dispatch. And my team, we were actually out here and we're getting pictures as well. So we're seeing some of these pieces, and obviously we're going to talk with vendors, and we can't tolerate this in terms of this kind of service, because it's a direct reflection of our service to the client, and that's going to put jobs in jeopardy for everybody. So guys, I just want to stress this point. Don't doctor photos. Don't falsify photos. This is critical in terms of our success and your success. And as we continue to grow, we can't stomach this kind of stuff from happening. You can clearly see that things were avoided. Hardscape pavement was clearly avoided in this picture, and we need to make sure that these properties are clear and safe to walk, and that we're capitalizing on all the job opportunity that we have right now. And the other piece too, I keep hearing about de-icer shortages, and while I can certainly understand that, I think from an expectation standpoint, we're very clear in terms of how to do our jobs. And I hear a lot about like we're running out, like I don't know how much more to signal, and maybe we could talk about this more specifically in regional calls, like how to have this stuff supplied for when these storms hit. The other piece too is we did get some ice buildup and whatnot, and we know it's hard work, but there's a lot of times where it's under 2 inches and it's not that bad, and it's really easy just to go throw it down. And so while we know it's not necessarily easy work, we also know that there is times where it's pretty easy. And this is like what, as we call white gold, and to capitalize on it, the times where we do get accumulation, we really need everybody to step up and get the job done the way we need it. So I want to just take a moment just to ensure that, we're not seeing this, because if we do, we're not going to tolerate it. We're obviously trying to grow and continue to grow, and this isn't going to make that happen. So again, de-icer must be applied on every job. No skimping out on it. Don't block driveways, sidewalks, or mailbox with snow. The property must be accessible all year round. So no different, in the winter and as it is in any other time of season. and then piling the snow on the lawn that you're contracted to perform services, not on the neighbors. So we just want to make sure that we're not getting questions and concerns coming from other neighbors and parties as we continue to look at properties or walk properties. So just wanted to take a pit stop with regards to resetting expectations and make sure that the future storms that we have, that we're all capitalizing on the opportunity and we're communicating when we can. All right, moving along to faster payments. So as mentioned in previous meetings, and an email will be sent out on Saturday, your last biweekly payment will be on the 11th. So tomorrow, starting the 18th, you're going to be receiving a payment weekly every single Friday. That's going to get cash in hand to help you guys do everything that you're telling us that you need the cash for in terms of starting up crews, getting equipment. And we know that cash is king, and our team's been working their butt off to make sure that we're putting you guys in the best position possible and working with us to speed up payments and take inventory of some of the considerations you bring up. Pay obviously is one of them. So we're going to get cash in your hand faster with the standard pay. And then to add a cherry on top of it, we actually have a fast pay option. We know that certain times of the season were critical in terms of equipment and crews and getting capacity. And sometimes you're just going to need funds a little bit quicker. So we're going to build an option, and we're going to be there most likely in March. So more to come on this to deliver you a daily deposit to get you even faster payment for a small transaction fee. So we're actually going to be starting testing with a handful of vendors in a bunch of different markets next week, and the market rollout, then we'll go ahead and move forward. So just we'll make sure we're keeping everybody apprised and updated with regards to fast pay. We're excited to be able to provide a few different payment options to provide a best-in-class service partnership here. But then the standard pay, obviously, that's going to be kicking in for everybody next week. So I hope everybody's celebrating. Can't see faces right now as I'm presenting, but that's a pretty big win for us. Along with that, obviously some new financial reporting. So we're gonna go into more detail in the future, but just wanted to highlight, there's a lot to consider. It's not just mowing lawns, right? There's a lot from a finance standpoint, a lot of things that you guys are tracking, and I'm excited that our development team and our product team have really been working their tails off to make this a little bit more dynamic, to make everything payments a little bit easier to read, a little bit more crisp and clear. So more to come as this rolls out, but definitely excited. A lot of hard work going in behind this to make sure we're supporting you guys the best we can. As I mentioned, we're going to be in markets. So I'm in Phoenix. Really awesome turnout today. A lot of good energy and hunger for jobs. I think we're starting to see the country kind of kick back into it and get back to work, which is awesome. But we're going to be hitting the road in other markets as well. So you can kind of see a list here. You should be getting phone calls and email communications as well as some requests to register for some conferences. So me or my team or myself are going to be out visiting and talking about, growing with us, some of the cool tech enhancements that we do have around the corner. And guys, this is honestly going to be the best year. We just keep on adding to the simplicity in working with us and maximizing your time spent doing our properties or working our properties. And then adding capacity, how to go about that, and just more. So just a plug to make sure most major areas that we have we're covered or we've already been. And we're going to continue to add as needed, but look forward to seeing you guys out on the road. Wanted to discuss the daily incomplete job survey. I know we lightly touched base on this last time, but we've seen a good success. I'd say not great, but good success with the incomplete job survey. Essentially, obviously, you're going to get a survey at the end of the day if we don't show that all jobs have been completed. And what we need input with is just to know why. And what that does for us and what that does for you is, more importantly for you, is faster bid approvals, identifying if there are weather issues, helping to solve access issues faster, and then increase route efficiency. So all these pieces on the back end, when you guys provide us this information, it allows us that much more insight at a property specific level to go ahead and and get the change needed to get that property done or to status it correctly. That doesn't persist on your schedule. It doesn't continue to go to a different vendor or maybe yourself later on, and just overall just getting things done quicker. So that's the plug. If you're not getting one of these surveys, that's great. That means you're getting all your jobs done. This is something my team is looking at very closely every single day. And we use this information as a means of knowing where to distribute our jobs, how to distribute our jobs. So it benefits everybody, us and you included, when we're getting these surveys completed, if you do receive them. And so for ideally, you know, we move this to a different platform later on. Right now, it's going to your email. So just be sure to check that out. And if you have any further questions on this, be sure to chat with your market manager, and they can go ahead and add a little bit more color. And then just a plug for Fuel Cred, like I mentioned, Fuel Cred, when we're looking at partnering with us as a vendor, we want to find ways to deepen the experience in working with us. And a lot of times that could come in the form of partnerships. Well, Fuel Cred is a method of keeping track of your off-road fuel consumption for tax refund purposes. So what they basically do is they track the equipment, fuel expenses, and it automatically will generate the right tax form to apply fuel tax refund credits. Right here it says up to 600, but I've seen when chatting with these folks, $600 to $1,200, which isn't, you know, chump change. That's money that I think a lot of people sometimes forget about, and that's what these guys are trying to capitalize on it to help you guys make, you know, get your money back. And all you have to do is download this app and then link the card that you use to purchase fuel. They're going to take care of the rest and get the forms out. They also do a cool job or offer some cool services, excuse me, with regards to CPA work. They're really trying to help out the green space. So this partnership is a nice thing to be able to offer you guys in addition to some of the other ones that we're working out, obviously with the Walt and some of the lawnmowers in terms of helping out financing. So look forward to seeing more and more of this kind of partnership experience in the future as we continue forward this year. With that, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing, take a moment to answer some questions that we might have. So go ahead and chat me in directly. All right. Looks like the big boss is on here answering a couple questions. So shout out to Chris. Let's see, didn't get notice of the meeting tonight until got a text to join. Yeah, we're recording these. We're also going to go ahead and place these on the Contractor Resource Center. I understand that the last one didn't get uploaded for whatever reason. We'll make sure that we get that addressed and handled. Let's see. Are we, yeah, and actually now I'm looking at the group message because I'm not seeing a lot coming directly to me, but are we working on making the app more user-friendly? Absolutely. In our last call, we kind of highlighted our drive to push and get additional funds to be requested through the app so that we can keep boots moving on the ground and reduce the need to call in. So we're absolutely doing that. That's a work in progress. We're hoping that some iterations of that come out in early April, but that's going to greatly increase your ability to just keep on moving. And to also, more importantly, as you're adding crews, make sure that you're showing, demonstrating how to go about things the right way and how to just expectation set all around. What day is in Oklahoma City? So that will be in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from today, actually. So Oklahoma and then Dallas. So just a heads up, I will follow up with that communication directly there to you. Let's see. Yeah, jobs in New Jersey, you know, from a client standpoint, that's one that we were anticipating a little bit more from an addition. And I haven't seen those jobs quite materialize yet in New Jersey. I know a lot of times, you know, they're they're sometimes late to the show, or there's different options, and we continue to take on more snow work throughout the season because we've proven that, you know, with all of your help we can get jobs done. So let's maybe discuss that with what jobs there are and why you're not getting some of those jobs that currently there should be enough to go around. But in terms of taking on more, there's always some coming through. All right. Yeah. Hey, Jeremy, I'm going to own that text. That one got sent a little bit late. So that one I'm going to own completely. Kansas City will be out there in just a few more weeks. As Stephanie mentioned, we're in Orlando and Tampa. Guys, and great content when we're coming out here. We actually have our business intelligence director, and we're talking about everything that you guys are providing in terms of feedback, and we take this stuff seriously in terms of having your voice and be able to communicate this in person. I don't think there's a more valuable exercise, and the turnout's been great. So definitely look forward to seeing you guys and bring it all. You know, like there's a lot of cool stuff we can talk about. Are we perfect? No, but have we gotten a lot better? Absolutely. I've been with the company as long as some of you guys here, and I think you guys would all attest to that as well. Will you need more contractors in Central Florida when the season starts? The answer is yes. Guys, there's enough work to go around. In some of these markets, we've increased 10 times, you know, so this is awesome. And as Chris mentioned, this national call is every Thursday at 4. Cool. Looks like we have obviously some time left. If I don't see any other questions coming through, we can go ahead and end it a little bit early. Every other week at 4. So the payments are going to be 2 weeks in arrears. So what you're going to get paid for next week is for 2 weeks previous. So it's kind of more of a traditional payroll cycle for those of you who work for more traditional companies in terms of the payment but it's going to be coming at a weekly frequency, not a bi-weekly frequency. How much growth is expected? That's a tough one to answer. I know that everyone's been kind of holding on to the seat of their pants in terms of, whoa, this has been a wild ride. But we're anticipating and we're gearing up from anywhere to 40 to 50% of where we were at the end of last season. And last season, we were up like 60% over that slow COVID year. So it's been pretty significant. And when we look across markets, we're really dialed in and working with our clients. They're great. Our customers are letting us know, you know, what to expect. But as opportunity comes up for them, obviously they're going to jump on it, and that can add more. So that's why it's so critical for us to communicate not only in the conferences, but more importantly, regularly with market managers and in these kinds of settings. And your local call, some of our senior market managers are going to be leading regional calls as well, and that's been happening just to make sure you guys are lockstep with some of these growth opportunities. Yeah, so Chris kind of said it. That's a big jump, 200% in 2022. Significant. And guys, I know this is lawn, but that's across all verticals. Some of our clean vendors were asking the same piece when we're out here. So cool. Guys, the cool thing about this growth is honestly, it's a testament to everything that you're doing. I know it was a tough year for a lot of us trying to, you know, adapt to some changing situations locally in terms of, you know, businesses and having help. Good help's hard to come by, but I've never am unimpressed by the effort that you guys put in to make sure that we're getting these jobs done. And guys, it's really put us all in a really cool position to thrive. You know, we're talking about 200% growth. That's pretty amazing. So guys, I just want to say thank you so much. I'm excited for this to continue and for us to continue to grow and make sure that we keep this feedback fluid so that we can make sure we're both capitalizing. So I'm going to go ahead and say that we'll go ahead and call it. I see a lot of good excitement going on in some of these chats, but we'll make sure that you guys are updated as some of these changes come, and we'll see you in the next call. See you guys.